Fast speed news segment. Catch all the big stories from the country and across the globe in the next 30 minutes. Let's get started. India has announced it will not attend the SAARC summit in Islamabad in November, saying that regional cooperation and terrorism doesn't go together. Ministry of External Affairs says India has conveyed to the current SAARC chair, Nepal, that the decision is that they would not be attending the summit for which the Prime Minister was slated to attend. Sources say some other SAARC member states have also conveyed similar reservations about their attendance at the SAARC summit. In further embarrassment for Pakistan, SAARC chair Nepal has now sought a change in venue, asking for the forthcoming SAARC summit to be moved out of Pakistan. The government summoned Pakistani High Commissioner to Delhi, Abdul Basit, to give him all the proof and evidence of the cross-border origins of the recent attack in Uri. Meanwhile, Foreign Secretary Jaishankar has informed Abdul Basit that the two guides who had helped the terrorists enter India were apprehended by local villagers and are now in Indian custody. But Abdul Basit was told that the attackers came from Muzaffarabad, which is the capital of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. The details of the two guides and handlers who helped the four terrorists have now been passed on to Abdul Basit. India's action came shortly after Pakistan's defence minister termed the Uri attack as an orchestrated attack and saying that it was an inside job. Defence Minister Khwaja Asif said that there was no proof implicating Pakistan in the recent attack in Uri. In an exclusive interview with India Today, the former Pakistan President Pervez Musharraf said that it was saddening that India was pulling out of the SAARC summit. He further added that the attack in Uri was being escalated at a political level. Musharraf reacting to Sushma Swaraj's speech at the United Nations General Assembly by calling it cosmetic. Musharraf also said that allegations smearing Pakistan government and the Indian Army and the Pakistan Army lead to unnecessary escalation and hysteria among people. The Maharashtra Nav Nirman Sena workers protested outside Karan Johar's office in Andheri, hitting out at the filmmaker for casting the Pakistani actor Fawad Khan in his upcoming film Ae Dil Hai Mushkil. As tensions mount between Islamabad and New Delhi, Pakistan has now started a joint military and air drill just near the inter-nation border in Rajasthan. After 5 CRPF Jawans were wounded in a grenade attack in South Kashmir, militants hurled another grenade in Srinagar. After 80 days of unrest, the cross-border trade between Jammu and Kashmir and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir has resumed. The cross-border trade between businessmen from the divided parts of Kashmir together. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley says that the government will be reforming the bond market within 8 months to provide an alternative and cost-effective source of debt funding to government and corporates. A rape victim was attacked with acid by her alleged rapist in Bulandshahr city in Uttar Pradesh. This after she refused to withdraw her complaint against the accused. Police in Bihar have arrested 2 people on charges of supplying arms to the banned Maoist rebels. The arrests were made in eastern Gaya and western Aurangabad cities following intelligence tip-off. An animal lover in Uttar Pradesh organized a feast to mark the 13th day of the death of his ox. Pakku Yadav, who belongs to a backward caste in Sambhal district, organized all the necessary ceremonies according to Hindu rituals for his dead ox. Police in Odisha seized around 1,400 kilograms of marijuana worth about 7 million. A patrol team intercepted the truck carrying the contraband in Malkangiri district, seizing 63 sacks of marijuana. Karnataka Chief Minister Sisodia will be holding a cabinet meeting to decide this course of action following the failure of the all-party meet to sanction the release of the Khabare water to the state of Tamil Nadu. Rahul Gandhi, the Congress Vice President, conducted a roadshow from the Azad Inter College and addressed the public at 4 places. The United States has called for de-escalation of political discourse between India and Pakistan amid the war of words between the two nations after the recent attack in Uri. Now, the hearing on framing of charges against the 18 accused in the Akhlaq murder case finally begins today. Akhlaq and his son were attacked by a mob after they were allegedly accused of keeping beef in their house. After the government told the Supreme Court it has no objection on Italy's fresh plea seeking modification of bail conditions of Marine Massimiliano Lattori, the court will be resuming the hearing today. Another Aam Aadmi Party minister, who is the Health Minister, Satyendra Jain, has found himself in the dock after the Income Tax Department served the Delhi Health Minister a notice for alleged violations of the income tax rule. Lieutenant Governor Najib Jung set up a 3-member panel to study all irregularities in over 400 files of the Delhi government. Bureaucrat B.K. Bansal was in jail in July when he was told that his wife and daughter had hanged themselves inside their home in Delhi. In a tragic reply, 2 months later, Bansal and his 28-year-old son once again committed suicide in a similar manner. Robbers stole jewellery worth 30 lakh rupees and 12 lakhs in cash from a bank locker in Karol Bagh locality of Delhi. In fact, the police have now formed a team to crack the case. The Ghaziabad Development Authority has approved a plan to extend Noida Sector 62 metro route up to Indrapuram in Ghaziabad. Shiv Sena mouthpiece Samna's offices were attacked with stones and ink after it published a cartoon apparently mocking the protest that was held by the Maratha community for reservation. The body of an Indian boy who was killed in Saudi Arabia has been brought back to India. The boy had died of gunshot wounds on the 4th of September and had faced quite a lot of trouble with his work before his death. As Maharashtra continues to simmer, the AIMIM has raised a demand for the reservation of Muslims in the state. In fact, the lawmaker Varis Pathan has questioned the non-implementation of the quota. A woman hired a youth to seek vengeance from another woman with whom she had a dispute. The youth managed to get to the 3rd story of the residential building but couldn't barge inside her flat. After much deliberations, the Shiv Sena has submitted to the Maharashtra government the names of all the members for the trust that will be entrusted with the upkeep of the memorial of late party chief Bal Thackeray. A youth tried to commit suicide by consuming insecticide in front of a convoy of the Telangana Chief Minister KCR in Karimnagar when he reached collectorate to review the flood situation. Amid heavy rainfall, the central government has also issued an alert for all districts in Karimnagar, Nizamabad, Adilabad and Khammam. East Godavari, West Godavari and Kurnool of Andhra Pradesh have also been put on high alert. The Union Minister Venkaiah Naidu conducted an aerial survey of all the flood-hit parts of Guntur district. As promised by the Chief Minister, Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation has also started seeing a massive anti-encroachment drive. The corporation demolished over 50 structures encroaching lake beds and stormwater drainage. The election to the University of Hyderabad Students' Union is scheduled to be held today. This is the first election in the university since the suicide of research scholar Rohith Vemula. Supreme Court has reminded Karnataka that a state's duties are not just confined to its own people but also to fellow states in a federal democracy, effectively brushing aside the State Assembly's resolution to not share water from Kaveri to Tamil Nadu. The Chief Minister of Karnataka, Siddaramaiah, will be convening an all-party meeting today to take a decision on the Supreme Court asking the state to release 6,000 cusecs of water over the next 3 days. Opposition BJP will be participating in the all-party meeting convened by Siddaramaiah. B.S. Yediyurappa and other leaders will also be attending this important meet. After the Supreme Court directed that criminal proceedings against the former Karnataka Chief Minister H.D. Kumaraswamy should be initiated, the JDS leader reacted saying that all of the allegations against him are baseless. Commercial use of breast milk donated by mothers in the state-run Vani Vilas Hospital has been proposed by a private company on the ground that selling breast milk would act as a form of cross-subsidy to take it to the more who are in need. An Ola cab driver and his friends attempted to sexually assault a 26-year-old doctor. The trio tried to assault the woman when she hired a cab to return back home after working in the night. Chief Minister Jaitley, who has been admitted to the hospital, has put all the rumours aside about her condition being critical. She met with officials and was apprised about the Supreme Court's order on the Kaveri water dispute. The MK leader MK Stalin says that Supreme Court orders are not the only solution to the water crisis and that the government must form good relations with the state of Karnataka and the state government to solve this issue permanently. Madras High Court has also instructed the authorities to take stern action against all encroachments and building violators. The High Court flayed authorities over ineffectiveness in taking steps to curb violations. 4 Tamil fishermen who had been arrested by the Sri Lankan Navy have been released today. The 4 fishermen belonged from Pudukkottai and were arrested earlier in August this year. Youth Congress workers took out a protest march to the Secretariat demanding a rollback of the fee hike in private medical colleges. Chief Minister of Kerala P. Vijayan's remark against the Youth Congress triggered an uproar in the Assembly. He said that those who waved black flag at him recently as part of the protest were not Youth Congress activists but somebody hired by television channels. The second day of the Assembly was also adjourned as opposition demanded the Chief Minister to withdraw his statement against the Youth Congress and declined to cooperate with the proceedings in the House. Congress-led UDF has called for a shutdown in Thiruvananthapuram today. The shutdown has been called to protest the fee hike in private medical colleges and alleged attack against the youth Congress workers. The Kerala Youth Front, which is the student wing of the Money Congress, protested against the stray dog menace in an absolutely appalling way. The members killed stray dogs and hung them on a pole by their legs and then paraded them in the city. A 41-year-old CPIM worker was thrashed to death by alleged TMC workers in Birbhum. The same was reportedly going to Bolpur to visit his mother when he was attacked. 5 people were injured after a massive fire broke out in a shoe factory in South 24 Parganas. Black smoke could be seen billowing out of the factory, engulfing the entire area. Policemen were beaten up by a group of drunken tourists when they tried to intervene in a brawl in East Midnapur. The scuffle broke out between a group of youth and a hotel manager when they were disallowed from going into the sea in a drunken state. A 5th standard student was killed after a part of a wall of the private school collapsed in Murshidabad. The victim succumbed to his injuries while he was being taken to the hospital. The state witnessed its first collaboration of border guards from India and Bangladesh. The joint drill between the Border Security Force and the Border Guard Bangladesh was held to tackle border crimes. In international news, Donald Trump has criticized the moderator in the first US presidential debate for being tougher on him rather than on Hillary Clinton. He in fact complained about his microphone crackling and being at a lower level than of Hillary Clinton's. The two candidates clashed over jobs, temperament, economy, tax in a debate that was watched by 100 million viewers. Donald Trump says he was quite happy with his performance and defended his previous doubts of whether Barack Obama was born in the United States. He said that he was quite proud that his questions led to the president producing his birth certificate. Caught by Clinton and pressed hard by moderator Lester Hall, Trump angrily defended his record against charges of racism, sexism and tax avoidance in the 90-minute debate. New Yorkers say that they were unimpressed by the Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump's performance in the first face-off against Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton. 3 blasts killed at least 70 people, wounding more than 50 in the predominantly Shiite Muslim districts of Baghdad. A suicide bomber detonated his explosive vest in Al Jadida, killing 9 people. British Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson says that he hopes for a jumbo free trade deal with Turkey as he sought to bolster ties with the European Union candidate country after Britain's vote to leave the bloc. 7 people were injured in a gas explosion in a private home in New York City borough of Bronx. The typhoon Megi struck Taiwan with strong winds and heavy rain, causing much damage across the island. Greenpeace activists blocked operations of Malaysian palm oil trader IOI at Rotterdam port, accusing it of forest destruction and child labour. Astronomers say that they have spotted evidence of water vapor plumes rising from Jupiter's moon, Europa. This is a finding that just might make it easier to learn whether life actually exists in the warm, salty ocean hidden beneath its icy surface. A US-based auction house put a selection of items from the largest collection offered at auction of personal artifacts belonging to the film star Marilyn Monroe that was on display during the one-day exhibition in China. Pakistan Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif's team allegedly harassed a woman for taking his pictures while he was shopping at the high-end luxury retail store of Harrods in London. Ukrainian artists turned arms into works of art by making sculptures, collages and installations of pieces of shrapnel and parts of weapons and ammunition. Off-spinner Jayant Yadav has also been called in to join the Indian squad in place of Ishant Sharma for the second test, with the Pacers still recovering from chikungunya. BCCI President Anurag Thakur has criticised the former chief selector Sandeep Patil for revealing details about Sachin Tendulkar's retirement. Manchester City will be travelling to Glasgow to take on Celtic in the Champions League. City are hoping to continue their winning run, having won 10 out of 10 games in all competitions under the new manager this season. Formula One world champion Lewis Hamilton and his Mercedes team and championship leader Nico Rosberg met fans in Kuala Lumpur ahead of this weekend's Malaysia Grand Prix. Dougie Lampkin became the first person to successfully complete the iconic 37.7-mile Isle of Man TT course in the United Kingdom on just one wheel. Kareena Kapoor Khan recently appeared on a talk show along with her best friend Manish Malhotra and said that she would kill herself if stuck in an elevator with Ranbir Kapoor and Katrina Kaif. Ace writer poet Gulzar recently revealed that yesteryear's superstar Rajesh Khanna had charged a nominal fee for starring in the film Anand. Arjun Kapoor says that he feels that film festivals are the purest form of education for all directors. He says that festivals are devoid of commercialization and give people the opportunity to watch various forms of cinema. A sneak peek from an episode of Rob and China, Kim Kardashian was seen giving younger brother some advice, some sisterly advice. Modern Family, one of the television's most humorous sitcoms, is gearing up to feature a transgender child Jackson as the guest appearance in one of their episodes. Critically acclaimed actor and comedian and host James Corden will be hosting the 2016 Hollywood Film Awards once again. Horror filmmaker Herschel Gordon-Lewis, known as the godfather of gore for his bloody exploitation movies like Blood Feast and 2000 Maniacs, passed away at the age of 87. As the telecom price war continues between network providers, Airtel has now taken another dig at Reliance Jio, claiming that enough points of interconnection have been provided to Jio to support 20 to 25 million subscribers. Google has announced that its made-for-India YouTube Go Android app, which is essentially a toned-down version of the original YouTube app designed specifically to work on slow internet. Google has announced that it recently launched smart messaging app for Android and iOS. Allo will support Hindi language as well by the end of this year. Samsung has stated that it has taken back more than 60% of recalled Galaxy Note 7 smartphones sold in South Korea and the United States. Google's October 4th event is highly anticipated as reports are flooding in that the tech giant just might unveil its Android Chrome OS merger, a new operating system code named as Andromeda.